Hey, I'm in a coat because I'm freezing. Every time Phoenix lets the dog out and then the door opens, it comes like swoosh right to my room. So I'm freezing. I don't know why I can't get rid of this chill like all day. So let me say hi to everyone. What's up? Welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Laura, aka PURPLEXEDQT. Welcome to my channel. If you like what you see, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. We're almost at 15.3. I don't know where because I don't know where all these people are. But I don't know. My subs keep growing, which is a good thing. So a lot of people are liking it. Just hit that subscribe button. And hopefully they'll come in here. So, okay. I have to admit, I wasn't going to go live tonight. I have 1,500 things to do, but I was bribed, and I never turned down a bribe. So, if you want me to stay longer than 15, 20 minutes, no, I'm just kidding. All right, so, but I actually have a lot to say. So, first, let me say hi to everyone. What's up, Patreons, members, subs, haters, lurkers, everyone in between. Try eating some, oh, you know what I got today? I got purple salt. Swear to you. Purple salt. I found it at Home Goods. I was like, I never saw purple salt. Purple salt. Your hair, it is getting long, right? I said the same thing. I was like, wow, my hair's getting long. It needs to be done. I got roots, gray roots. So, where do I begin? Do you guys want to start with true crime? You want to start with blase? I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about tonight. I had no plans. No plans. Yeah, purple salt. You want to see? Hold on. I'm sorry, it's violet salt. How cool is that? I was like, it's purple. Purple salt. So, pretty cool, right? Do you know what else is really cool? I am now in a 10. I got back into my favorite jeans today, my favorite 10s. But each size that I was at, I had a favorite pair of jeans. And I'll get back into my favorite pair of 8s. But I'm in my favorite pair of 10s. And I'm very, very happy about it. I was in like this big funk for like 4 days. I didn't even, like, I didn't do shit for 4 days. I don't know why I was in a funk. I just was in a funk. And I was eating a lot more. And I was just in a funk. And I didn't know why. And I was trying to figure it out. And I couldn't figure it out. So I took a shower this morning. I knew I had stuff to do. And I was like, oh my God. I lost like 6 pounds. I said, I bet my 10s fit. And I went in my closet. I grabbed every 10 that I have. And I put them on. And about, let's say there were 10 of them. 6 of them fit. A little tight. But 6 of them fit. So I was very happy. And then I went looking through some old pictures. Oh my God. I can't even believe how big I was. There's this one picture I found that I knew I wasn't as big as this picture made me look, but it's a good reference point. And the reason I say that is I have pictures from like the next weekend where I look like, 30 pounds thinner. So I know that it was the outfit basically, like, because it was. But then I found another one where I thought the outfit looked good and I look like a fucking balloon. So I compared the pictures. I was like, damn. All right. I guess I see the difference now because I didn't at first. So I will, Sherry, when I get to that point. I'm not there yet. So yeah, I was pretty excited about that. And I sent text my face difference. Well, that's what I'm saying. I did not realize the difference. Thank you, Weejabi. I didn't realize the difference. Like, I said to my patrons, like, do I have, like, body dysmorphia or something? Like, all right, So I went from like a 16, almost 18 to a 10. Why don't I see it when I look in a mirror? Like, I just don't. And I was afraid that I was getting into bad habits. I was getting into, like, why am I not seeing this? Like, I saw it certain times. So when I pulled up the old pictures, I was like, okay, maybe now I see it. Now I see what I lost. So there's that. Thank you, Monkey's Mama. I was just thinking about you today. I was like, where's Monkey Mama been? And then, like, when I took a picture, I was like, you know what? Once you hit 50, you see it. Like, I see, like, my mom. When my mom would take pictures and, like, you could tell she was old. That's what I feel like my arms look like. And like, when you take a picture. And then I have to remember, Laura, you're not 25 anymore. You're not even 40 anymore. You're over 50. Not like, 50 and a quarter. I'm 51. So, yeah, my skin is going to look 51 no matter what I do. It just is. And I still think my skin looks pretty good, like my arms, but you see it back on a picture and you're like, wow. But you realize you're over the hill. You're over 50. So, because I can never see it in a mirror, just picture. I'm telling you. With summer coming up, I'm kind of looking forward to summer. I still won't wear shorts because I still have ugly calves. I've told you guys this 1,000 times. I have the ugliest calves ever. Like, no matter how thin I get, my calves will still be big. They always were. I don't have nice calves. Some people have nice, even fat people have nice shapely calves. Not me. I have ugly calves. Hey, pretty. So, just because you're over 50s now. No, but I'm saying that when you're over 50, you just naturally, like, your skin changes. Your wrist change, your hands change. Like, you just get older skin. It's just the way it is. You can't help that, It is what it is. And that's one of the things that you just have to remember, that sometimes you're just going to get older, and it's part of getting old. That's why I never believed in, like, people get facelifts, and I never believed in that. No way, no how. Because, one, you don't fuck with your face. That's first. But two, when you, like, just your face changes a little, it's part of getting old, It is. My skin is thinner, and so is my hair. Exactly. You can't help or stop age. Exactly. I see my dad. I definitely see my dad. Biden 2024? Yeah, I don't think so. So someone said they got proof positive that we are going to war. I'm sorry, that gas prices are going up. We don't get gas from Ukraine. We get a lot of other stuff, but we don't get gas from there. So I don't see why this is affecting gas prices. Sorry, I just don't. So someone can explain to me why it's affecting gas prices. Or why they say that gas is going to go up. Because, honestly, we don't get it from them. Get old. Exactly, Misha. Who was it? Nikki Sixx's wife? Nikki Sixx's ex-wife. Who used to be like an actress. And she was on Baywatch, but I don't mean Pam Anderson. She looks terrible. But even like the most hottest, beautiful, amazing women, when they were younger, now that they're above 50, 55, even 60, you kind of see it in their skin. So same thing. It happens. No, I looked it up, Lindsay. I literally looked it up. We do not get gas from the Ukraine. That's the one thing we don't get. We get machinery. We get like 1.3 billion in other stuff. We do not get gas from the Ukraine. Russia has the gas. Can anyone see me? I can see you, man. Russia has it, but not the Ukraine. Russia's winning, so we're going to go stick up for Ukraine and get involved in something we should not be getting involved in, and there you go. But I'm not talking politics. So, Yes, because of OPEC refusing to drill oil. All it is with gas price, every time there's a sniff for world gas price rise. Exactly right. Please stop the cap. What do you mean? Please stop what cap? I love you too, Clara. I don't have wheat. No, we get machinery from them. We get like $1.3 billion a year or something from the Ukraine. We actually get a lot from them. Russia won't give us cheap gas. I mean, we could drill our own gas. We could totally drill our own, but they won't. Because they're idiots. And that's that. Hold on. Yeah, I wouldn't dare talk politics on YouTube. One, because personally, I don't give a shit and I really don't know that much about it, so I don't care. Two, because I don't know much about it, I'm not going to sit up here and try to say stuff that I have no clue what I'm talking about. Three, C1 and 2. So there's that. And oil US. Yeah, but we also get gas from other places. So, right, Sweet Carolyn? That's why I said C1 and 2. What else? Okay, live over. No. China will bail out Putin's. Probably. We have never got our gas from Ukraine. No, we have not. Look it up. Look it up. We have not. I'll show you. Where do we get... No, hold on. Does the U.S. get gas from the Ukraine? Why did it give me... Oh, maybe we do. No, we haven't. We used to. It looks like it stopped in 2014. We used to get it up until 2014. Shut up! Hey! Oh my God, shut up! He's barking because Buka don't want to play. $22,000 barrels in 2019, which isn't a lot at all. Anyway, no, he just wanted Buka to get up. That's all he wanted. Right, Buka? He wanted you to get up. You're not seeing the point. Lindsay, stop arguing with me. Jeez. I think Lindsay needs a channel so we'll call it arguing, because all she does is fucking argue. Jeez. Lindsay, by the way, I got a thing in Discord. No more naked pictures of you. You're not allowed to put naked pictures in. Just saying. What's my plans for the weekend? Cleaning, laundry, which I was out for hours today and fucking forgot to get laundry soap. Only I do that. I went to literally like 5 different stores, spent a bunch of money, which I got my money back from the bank, by the way. It hit today. I forgot to tell you guys, Steam reversed the charges. My bank, once they, I don't know, however long it took for the bank to recognize that they didn't take it, it came out of pending and it's not on my account. And they gave me my money back. So, thank you to everybody that also helped me. It went wise today. I invested some of it back in my business. And that's it. Oh, my hair color. My hair's got to get done. I'm getting gray. Yeah, I was very happy to see that. I was like, oh, thank God. So, because one of the things that happened, and I knew it was going to happen, I have like a whole bunch of afterpays. I don't know if you guys know what afterpay is, but they're scheduled payments. And even if I have the money in the bank, I still do that, like in case there's an emergency and I need money. So I paid off those today. But what happened was I was getting hit with a late payment. And they're like, you can't be late with Afterpay, and, you know, you're not allowed to have any spending on it. And I use Afterpay for one of my manufacturers. Like, if I'm in a jam and I need something with candles and I don't have money, or I need vessels or something, I use Afterpay. So I was like, shit. And I signed into Afterpay, and I changed all the credit cards, but I signed into Afterpay. And like my balance to spend went from $1,200 to $0. I was like, oh shit. So I paid all those off. So now it's back up. But I'm telling you, it's scary. No, my hair's not gray. It's gray on top. I love Afterpay, but I use it. I really only use it for one of my manufacturers, one of my wax manufacturers, like the one I get the wax from. I use it for them just in case I get a big order and I run out of something. I run out of wax. I run out of something. You know, I need certain scents in a dime. So I don't want to fuck that up because I need that. You know, I need that large limit just in case I need it. So I took care of that today. This has been a terrible week for a lot of us. I know. It worked out, though. So, also, I want you guys to know that I dropped the price on signature candles. I did drop back down. And I'm probably wondering why I did that. It's not totally out of the clear, but I know shipping went up a few dollars. And I didn't want to... I'm a consumer, too. And with the whole world, everything is being raised. I don't want to be that person, and I don't want to be that company. I'm actually putting together things to make things cheaper. Doing a soap and candle deal. I did not make the soaps. I am getting the soaps from my aromatherapy who sells private label soaps. And just so you know, I'm not making them. But between shipping and the soap, I would have to charge like $8 just to make a profit. I'm like, no. So I'm doing a candle soap deal for $20. And I'm just trying to come up with different ways to make things cheaper instead of more expensive. Because everybody likes to relax. Everybody wants to relax. I'm also putting together CBD candles and a lot of stuff, just trying to come up with the ways to make things cheaper instead of everything going up. And I want to be that company, like, great, she didn't raise her prices, or she, on the stuff that I don't initially have to raise it on. So like the luxury stuff, I have to raise it on because everything on that went up from vessels on. But signature, I dropped back down to 29 because I really wanted to keep it under 30. Because honestly, I've seen some real big luxury companies at 36 and 40. And I just don't think I'm there yet. I use the same products as them, but I don't feel comfortable doing it yet because there's some things that are still trial and error. You know, I think I finally got the wood wicks that are working really, really well. But I just want to make sure I have everything perfect to my standards before I put that kind of price tag on it for a 8-ounce candle. So there's that. But I don't even know who Bobby Hurley is. I definitely want to invest in a few of your candles. I understand, Ann. But like I said, I'll show you guys the soap. Hold on. I put it on the website. I also changed the name just a little. I don't know why Instagram takes forever to pull up. It's bullshit. Okay. All right. So all the dimensions about the soap, everything about the soap will be, it's listed, details. Whoop. Each bar is 3.5 by 2 and 2.5, 1 inch, roughly about 4.8 ounces. Here's the ingredients for the soap, everything that's in the soap. So if anybody has an allergy to anything, here you go. I listed everything. The soap that I ordered is basically Love Spell by Victoria's Secret. So I list the notes. I have everything in there. So that is going to be combined with a 6-ounce candle for $20. I think that one soap. So I think that's a good deal. And if someone's willing to wants to try out candles, they don't want to go for the 30. There you go. So, and then I can also get like any soap, but I want to see how they sell first. So, yeah, Love Spell is one of my strongest. And you can email me. Love Spell is one of my best-selling scents, so that's why I went with soap in it. But again, I don't make the soap, just so everyone knows. I don't want anyone to say, oh my God, you make soap. A lot of people have asked me to get soap. And I personally just don't think it's worth it. So, like, putting all the effort into making it for $5, you know, and I don't mean profit, I mean total, $5. So that's why I haven't done it. I think it's a really good deal, too. Hey, Just a Mom, your candles went out today. I think it's a good deal too. And like I said, with the 6-ounce glass, it's a clear glass candle. I can make it cheaper because the glass is cheaper. There's no top on it. So that's it. Hey, Kimmers. But I think it's a really good deal. And I don't want to sell just soap $5. Then you have shipping. It's just not worth it to me. So that's why I thought doing a together deal with a candle would be a good deal. I got all that. That was coming up next. All right. Happy Friday. So here we go. All right. Oh, by the way, Just a Mom, I also got in the baby powder. I can do wax melts, or I can do probably 3 candles is all I have. Isidore, my granddaughter, loves it. Loves that one. So, Granny, buy this one. I just made more Fruit Loops for it. All right. I didn't forget about Scott Peterson. So, let me tell you what happened today. Everything rests on this girl. Now, understand, she took immunity, which means she can't say no to a question. She can still lie, but she can't say no. She can't say, no, I don't want to answer that. I plead the fifth. No. But again, she can still lie. And who's going to disprove it? So, according to the news, every single thing rests on her testimony. Ultimately, the judge has the final word, ultimately. But what the news are saying, I don't know if it's 100% accurate, but what the news is saying is that if she tainted a jury, they get a new trial. The problem is, from what I read, and it seems to be universal, that just because a jury is tainted, it's not an automatic retrial, which I always thought it was until last time I looked it up. So the judge can still say, no, he's not getting a retrial, even if she tainted the jury, because then it sub-factors into, well, what effect did it have? Did it mean anything? She was an alternate juror. Where I think and this is just personal opinion, I didn't hear this from anyone. I personally think it does weigh because she wasn't sequestered. She watched the news every night. She heard what was going on from the people in the audience. She was outside with people. To me, that's a lot more, what's the word I'm looking for? That means a lot more. No, it wasn't Lindsay. That means a lot more than, hold on, Rhonda. That just means a lot more than somebody who's sequestered with a jury and knows of the defendant because he was friends with him or he went to high school with him or her. Something like that to me doesn't really change a juror or doesn't really change the outcome. But being that she wasn't technically on the jury and she was one of those people standing outside or not sequestered, because I don't think alternate jurors are sequestered. I think they just hear all the evidence. I could be wrong, though. So, and then you have her coming in where jurors were, not really sure which way they were going to vote, didn't know. Some wanted him innocent. Some didn't believe he did it. They were in debate for a while. And then all of a sudden she comes in and a couple of hours later, they got a jury. They got a ruling. So a lot of people think that's not right. Mark Aragos, his attorney from back then, is one of the defense's witnesses. They have 12 witnesses and prosecution has 9. It should go about a week. Like when Jodi Arias pulled this, her presentation in front of a court was what, an hour, 2 hours? And then she was ruled, no. Where he's getting a whole week. So I think there's something to this that they're not saying publicly, that they're not putting out there. And again, I could be wrong, but I just feel like giving him an entire week just to see if this girl means anything, like that, something's missing. Like we're not getting everything. So, and also while on the subject of emails, I do apologize. I miss emails all the time because I have 7 different emails. I'm going to narrow it down and I promise you I will get to it. I just saw a PayPal today from the 22nd that I didn't even know existed. But I am going to get more. I'm going to get better with it. So I just want to say thank you to everybody. I will email you back. I just got to look for them. And I apologize. So, all right. She got to see got to see what the media said, what the outsiders say. I totally agree. So that's what I'm saying. There's something more that we're not seeing because I can't imagine they're, at a trial, at a evidentiary hearing, to give the prosecution 9 and the defense 12 witnesses, that's a lot of witnesses at an evidentiary hearing. I'm sure I'm saying it wrong, but that's a lot. Scott trying to get a new trial because one of the yes. And there's new evidence, but you can't present new evidence until trial. I don't believe they have enough evidence, enough new evidence laid out to warrant a new trial, but the juror plays a part in that. But like I said, I really think that it is an error. Like it is a error in the courts because she was too much involved. It was just too much. So I got a video earlier. It doesn't say much, but
other news right now.
What?
convicted killer Scott Peterson was back in court today under the microscope. The motivations of one of the jurors from Peterson's 2004 murder trial.
Now, the defense is trying to get Peterson a whole new trial. KCRA3's Kay Racine is live for us in Redwood City. So, Kay, what happened today?
Edie and Golston, most of today's questioning focused on Rochelle Nice's background and her motivations for serving on the jury. Her answers were mostly short and quipped. Here is video of Rochelle Nice, aka juror number 7, leaving the San Mateo courthouse this afternoon. Today, the defense argued Nice cost Peterson a fair trial by not disclosing the fact that she had filed a restraining order while pregnant against her boyfriend's ex. A legal analyst says this may show that Nice drew parallels between her life and Lacey's, Scott's wife. In court today, Nice said, "I was not a victim of domestic violence." Defense attorney Pat Harris produced court documents which showed that Nice's boyfriend during their relationship had faced domestic violence charges.
Okay, so one, she already lied today, saying that she wasn't a victim of domestic violence, but you don't get a restraining order against somebody unless there's domestic violence. So I don't know what she's doing.
Peterson's team also tried to show that Nice may have had financial motivations for serving on the jury panel. And coming up at 6, we'll hear from a legal analyst about today's hearing. Live in Redwood City, Kate Racine, KCRA 3 News.
All right, so that's 6 o'clock should have happened already because it's 6:30 there. And it's actually 7:30. So let me see if I can find something. Hang on.
Mom, remember, don't stay up too late.
What?
Remember, don't stay up too late.
Thanks. All right, this I believe is
Other
the
news
same
right now,
one.
convicted killer.
That's the same one. Whoop. All right, so here's the transcript. Well, let me share it. Juror at the heart of convicted murderer Scott Peterson's retrial bid swore Friday she had no animosity towards him until after she heard evidence that he killed his pregnant wife in a case that grabbed worldwide attention. You want to hear something fucked up? You want to feel old? Connor would have been 18. Yeah, Connor would have been 18 this November or February. Before the trial, I didn't have any anger or any resentment towards Scott at all. That's also a lie. After the trial, it was a bit true because I sat through trial and listened to the evidence. Peterson's lawyers want to prove she held a secret bias against him that prevented him from getting a fair trial and that she lied on her jury questionnaire. She lied right now. I think Garagos is going to tear her apart. I'm surprised the lawyer didn't. But she's already lying. She went in there the first day. I remember it. Like, if they pull up the first day of trial, she was screaming in the parking lot. Like, we'll get him or something. Cotton Candle. That's a cute name. I watched her while she was live when she brought Summer up. She smiled and who? Cotton Candle, who are you talking about? We're not talking about Candace right now. No, I won't click YouTube. Generally stuck to earlier written statements under questioning. She said she didn't consider herself a victim of domestic violence. What is your link? I don't like playing YouTube videos. What is the link? YouTube videos get you shut down. What is the link? Summer is not alive in a hotel on a couch. Oh no, maybe she is. Who knows? Nice testified only after she was granted immunity from perjury prosecution for misstatements she may have made earlier in the sworn testimony. In it and in Friday's testimony. Okay, but we're not talking about Candace right now. In it and in Friday's testimony, she explained why she didn't disclose on a pretrial jury questionnaire that she had sought a restraining order while pregnant in 2000, saying that she really fears for her unborn child. She also disputed on the stand court documents indicating that her live-in boyfriend had assaulted her while she was again pregnant, testifying that... Okay, listen to me. Before I block you, I'm going to say this one more time. We are not discussing Candace at the moment. Okay? Do not drop links for Candace at the moment. When I talk about Summer, I will talk about it. That hotel thing is it's old. It's been talked about. It's been discussed. We are not discussing Candace at the moment. Thank you. One more word. I'm blocking it. And I mean it. Nice initially invoked her Fifth Amendment right against self-incrimination Friday on the advice of her new attorney. She testified once she was granted immunity. Yes. She was addressed by name in court, though she previously referred to as Juror 7. She also used a name during post-trial, blah, blah, blah. All right. Missoula was charged by the California State Court with deciding if Nice committed misconduct by not disclosing her own history before she became a juror, and if she held a bias that denied Peterson a fair trial. Nice generally said her previous sworn written denials were true, but with some nuances. She didn't consider herself a victim of domestic violence. Scott Peterson today. She didn't consider herself a victim of domestic violence because in the case in 2000, her boyfriend's ex-girlfriend didn't directly threaten her unborn child, despite the wording in her application for a restraining order. All right. Eddie never hit me, so I was not a victim of domestic violence. I did punch him, yes. Okay. Right there tells me she's full of shit. Because in a restraining order, it talks about mental abuse. It talks about financial abuse. It talks about psychological abuse. So I don't believe her right here. This is complete bullshit. It was her boyfriend who then called the police on her, but she didn't cooperate and it backfired when he arrested instead. Nice generally stuck by her answer on a jury questionnaire when she answered no to having ever been a crime victim or involved in a lawsuit. She also stood by a declaration that she didn't feel victimized the way the law might define the term. She's so full of shit. She's still lying. She swore her statement was absolutely true when she said in the written declaration that she did not form any conclusions. That's a lie. A fellow former juror could also testify that Nice said she was having financial problems and that they joked about post-trial book and movie deals. The judge will have up to 90 days after the hearing to announce her ruling, which can be appealed by either side. She's full of shit. Domestic violence. That's what I'm saying, Anastasia. Not only is it not just physical, she knows it's not physical. She knows it's not just physical because it says it right in a restraining order. That this person will not, mentally abuse you, physically abuse you, won't come near you. I don't remember the exact wording of a restraining order, but you know what I mean. It's such bullshit. Yeah, I've been in many fights, but I don't consider myself a victim. She had no resentment towards Scott before or after the trial. That's also bullshit. The harassment says she experienced from a boyfriend. Do you consider her stalking you to be a crime? Yes. Have you ever been the victim of a crime? Do you have a different definition of victim than what you see the law defines that term? Yes. Do you recall writing a letter to Mr. Peterson in which you said Mr. Whiteside, Nice's ex, made her life a living hell? She doesn't recall, but she said, yeah, he made my life a living hell. So she wrote a letter to Peterson. Okay. I warned you. The issue is whether or not she was a victim. Right. Video cameras not allowed in the courtroom. But here are some pool photos from Scott Peterson's hearing. Would they dye his hair? Did he, like, literally dye his hair for court? He was gray. That's crazy. Judge reminded the court that taking photos unless you have permission is not allowed. I can't believe they're not doing it publicly. But seriously, though, looks pretty good for someone who's been in jail for 17 years, 18 years. Dyed his hair for court. I think they did. I don't know. But his hair was definitely grayer. Now public to private. That's true. Good point, Carolyn. It's probably, you're right. You're absolutely right. It's not public to protect a jury pool. But then you have reporters like this who'll give you every single thing. She's given a play-by-play. Harris has now produced a document that shows that Nice's ex had been arrested for domestic violence. She's a liar. Have you ever been a victim of a crime prior to coming to jury selection? Any type of crime. And she says, I have no idea. What? Harris asked Nice about a financial situation when she served on the jury. At the time, her employer was not going to pay her while she was on the jury. She did get child support from 2 men. She was trying to get child support from a 3rd man. She had $160 in a bank account. Peterson's attorney is trying to show Nice had financial problems. Nice recalls that it wasn't a financial hardship for her to serve on the trial because she was living with her mom. Testimony and say will resume at 10 a.m. Monday. I don't believe her. I just don't. I don't believe her then. I don't believe her now. I mean, honestly, he looks pretty fucking good for someone who's been in jail 17 years. Crazy. Crazy. Yeah, Rachel, nice. Rochelle. I think it's Rochelle. So let me see if I can find this. KCRA. Anal. All right, here we go. Is this it? No, it's from years ago. What the hell? Maybe the guy didn't come. Because the only thing I can find is old. Let me search. Scott Peterson. No. There's nothing else on there from today. She lied. She absolutely lied. What's this? Here we go. I found it. Seek and ye shall find.
Back in court, and they say their client was a victim of jury misconduct. I talked about the proceedings and what we can expect next with our legal analyst, Dean Johnson. Let's talk about juror number 7, Rochelle Nice. Peterson's lawyers are saying that she actually actively sought to be on this jury. Reportedly, though, she's now denied it. How likely is it, should it move forward, that she'll talk, or maybe she'll plead the fifth?
Well, her testimony is essential, and she is undoubtedly going to plead the Fifth Amendment, even though any potential prosecution has seen the statute of limitations run a long time ago. But she undoubtedly will plead the Fifth, at which point the prosecution is going to have to give her immunity, because, frankly, it's the prosecution more than Peterson's lawyers that need her testimony at this point.
So who else potentially do you think could take the stand in this? I mean, so much focus is on her.
It's certainly possible that Peterson's former defense attorney, Mark Garagos, could testify. The critical issue here is whether Peterson was prejudiced by Rochelle's presence on the jury. And of course, Garagos could testify that if he had known the truth, he never would have put her on the jury. So that argues that there was prejudice in the conviction, and the prejudice by virtue of one biased juror is enough to require a reversal of the conviction and a new trial.
Oh, in your opinion, what's the likelihood that Peterson will get a new trial? There's a lot at play here.
I think that Peterson is very, very close now to getting a new trial. His lawyers have already proved that the juror made false statements. The question is, does that necessarily imply that she was a biased juror? 18
years has gone. We covered it then. We'll continue to cover it now. Legal analyst Dean Johnson, thanks so much for joining us.
Hoping to overturn his guilty verdict for killing his wife. His argument centers on claims that a juror lied to get on the jury. As NBC Bay Area's Robert Honda explains, today that accused juror took the stand.
Because it's not a fair trial then. If you have jury tampering, you know, a juror is not a lawyer. They're not a judge. A lot of them go on emotion. You can't have jury tampering. And if it was your trial, hey, Bonnie, if it was your trial, you'd feel differently.
Well, just one juror can make a difference, and that's why the jury selection process is so crucial. And Scott Peterson's defense team made it clear they never would have picked this juror if she had been more forthcoming. Rochelle Nice was known as juror number 7 when Scott Peterson was on trial about 18 years ago for the murder of his wife Lacey and their unborn son. Nice and the other jurors convicted Peterson in a case that generated headlines nationwide. But now she is on the stand in the same Redwood City courthouse as Peterson tries to get a new trial on the basis of juror misconduct, claiming Nice lied on her jury selection questionnaire by not disclosing information discovered on 2 separate restraining orders. One involved a woman who Nice said was stalking her, and the other followed a physical confrontation with the juror's boyfriend. Both happened while Nice was pregnant.
All right, let me ask you a question. You're going to court. Why are your nails painted like a fucking 5-year-old? One red, one orange, one pink. Like, do people not care what you look like going to court anymore? It makes no sense to me. You like her? I can't stand her.
Today, Nice testified she didn't reveal being a victim of a crime because she never felt like a victim. Legal analyst Stephen Clark says that omission boosts Peterson's case.
And you will see the linkage between her pregnancy and the fear for her child when she was a victim of the crime, and they will draw the parallel to Lacey Peterson.
Clark also said Nice's action after the trial showed how driven she was to be on this jury, and that she knew the defense never would have picked her if she had revealed her history with claims of domestic violence.
That she corresponded with Scott Peterson, she wrote about this trial, is going to suggest to the defense that she had a motive to get on the jury.
Nice will return to the stand here on Monday. After that, at some point, Peterson's original attorney, Mark Garagos, is expected to testify to reinforce the point that she never would have been selected if he had known about her past experiences. Ironically, Nice says it was Garagos who kept her from being booted off in the first place. In Redwood City, Robert Honda, NBC Bay Area News.
Okay.
That's crazy. Oh, you didn't see her nails? Yeah, she's got a short manicure and pink, orange, blue. Like, come on. You're going to court. You're not a kid anymore. Like, you're not in your 20s. You're probably in your 50s. 40s or 50s. Look the part. I went out and bought a new suit every fucking day I went to court. Lawyer or no lawyer. Like, I was dressed to kill every single time. I didn't even wear the same suit twice. Is this new or old?
Volunteer search to find Alexis Gabe. Here's NBC Bay Area's Christy Smith.
Early this morning, dozens gathered at the Contra Costa County Fairgrounds for a renewed effort to find Alexis Gabe. The 24-year-old went missing almost a month ago. Alexis's brother and his girlfriend have led efforts to try and bring her home. Now the Class Kids Foundation is hoping to add new energy to the effort.
I'm overwhelmed with all the support. These guys are like family now. They're looking for Alexis like they're their own. So it means a lot to my family.
We're super grateful to have them here and helping us organize and execute all of this, because it's way more than we could have done on our own.
Gabe vanished on January 20th.
Whoop. Yeah, I covered this one. That's why when I saw it, yeah, definitely not appropriate for court. I covered this case. She just disappeared. Her boyfriend, someone was seen leaving the car, but it's not getting a lot of news coverage. To be honest with you, I kind of forgot about it.
6th, her car was found abandoned in Oakley. In the days that followed, police searched an ex-boyfriend's home in Antioch, but so far, nothing has been found. As police continue their investigation, the family is looking for ways to keep the search going.
The family contacted us. We've been working with law enforcement. They've pointed out some areas that they believe we should be looking in, and that's exactly what's going on over the course of the next few days.
Back over. Let's go ahead and start.
More than 70 volunteers came to get trained and help today. The latest search continues through the weekend, and the family welcomes those who want to help. Today, one group combed an area off Sand Creek Road in Brentwood. Mario Ferrer volunteered to be a leader.
My wife had said, we need to get involved. So, it's all about purpose. Come out here and help find resolve, if we can, for the family.
The coordinated effort is well equipped and using the latest mapping tools.
We'll be here for 3 days, but one of our goals here is to train volunteers so that they'll be able to have this as an ongoing search effort. We'll still be involved. We'll still be doing the mapping work for them.
In Contra Costa County, Christy Smith, NBC Bay Area News.
Neither. I'm drinking strawberry lemonade from Popeyes that I waited almost a half hour online for. Literally. The line was like 12 cars ahead. It was horrible. I can't find this analyst. But you know what I did pull up earlier? Hold on. Russia's closing in on Ukraine's capital. Military said it has seized a strategic airport already. Here we come. Biden administration asked for $6.4 billion for Ukraine allies. Russia vetoes UN resolution to end Ukraine invasion. Why we always got to save people? Crazy. Absolutely crazy. U.S. should just mind their own fucking business, not get involved in everybody else's problems, and move along. That's what I think. World War III. I said that today to White Lotus. I said, we're lucky if we'll be alive in 20 years. Everyone's probably going to die. But check this out. Hold on. It's 33 fucking degrees here. What? It's a story I want to show you guys. What? Wow. This is not the story I was reading you, but check this out. A teen ate leftover rice and noodles. Hours later, doctors amputated his legs and fingers. Hours after eating leftovers from a restaurant, a 19-year-old was admitted to the hospital with multiple organ failure and later had both his legs and all his fingers amputated. The Massachusetts college student had eaten rice, chicken, and lo mein from a restaurant. Soon after, he felt abdominal pain and his skin turned a shade of purple. Teenager was admitted to a hospital for shock, multiple organ failure, and rash, and his condition quickly declined. He experienced abnormal breathing, high blood pressure, and vomiting. He had been healthy overall with regular drinking and smoking habits. After further tests, he was diagnosed with meningococcal purpura fulminant disease. Yeah, say that 5 times. Which caused his stiff neck, nausea, respiratory collapse, shock, and organ failure, according to the report. Purpura fulminant is a rare complication that comes with septic shock, which the college student experienced, according to the report. That is insane. Condition is caused by bacteria and brings symptoms such as sudden fever and vomiting. Center for Disease and Control warns it can lead to death in as little as few hours. That is crazy. But that's not the story I wanted to show you guys. Missouri man killed 4-year-old girl by beating her and dunking her in an icy pond as part of a religious type episode. Okay, more of a reason I'm not. Oh. Alright. I didn't realize there was more. Experts have warned against the dangers of improperly storing leftover rice because items such as rice and pasta contain a bacterium called Bacillus cereus. The bacteria produces a toxin when heated and left out too long. In 2008, a teenager died in his sleep after eating leftover pasta that wasn't refrigerated overnight. A case that was reported in the Journal of Clinical Microbiology. The medical term learned that although the Massachusetts student had received a first dose of the meningococcal vaccine, he never received the recommended booster. His roommate also ate the leftover food and vomited, but didn't have life-threatening reaction. That's insane. That's crazy. Hey, Tamara. Hear about the Florida trial. Which one? But check this out. I got a big problem with the story I'm going to show you guys next. While the timer was on, I saw this. Hold on. This is it. Now tell me what's wrong with this story, okay? Student involved in shooting at Huntsville Elementary School. Huntsville, Alabama, which is 20, 30 minutes away. I was in Huntsville half my day today. A student may have accidentally shot themselves at an elementary school Friday morning. The incident happened, I don't even know where this is. Huntsville police confirmed the shooting, saying they believed it to be accidental, was a self-inflicted shot. Investigators said there's not a threat to public safety. Huntsville emergency crews took the child to Huntsville Hospital for Women and Children. That's where Phoenix was. That's where he had a surgery on his foot for treatment of their injury. Authorities confirmed the student suffered non-life-threatening injuries. Huntsville City Schools released a statement saying school and district officials are working in conjunction with law enforcement and the threat has been contained and the situation is under control. One student suffered injuries and the student's family has been notified. Huntsville Community Schools asks everyone to stay clear of campus at this time as officials work in conjunction with law enforcement authorities. Spokesperson with Huntsville PD said no further details were available. What's the big picture here? Why does an elementary kid have a gun at school? What did this kid plan on doing with the school? That's what I want to know. I know our schools here, now I'm not in Huntsville, but our schools here, you can't bring a gun. Elementary schools, there's big signs. No guns. No teachers have guns. No principals have guns. No guns. I cannot even believe they're not mentioning why an elementary kid brought a gun to school. And they make it out like this was like a teenager. This is an elementary school. A public elementary school. Why did a child have a gun at school? Crazy. But I just can't believe they're not mentioning it. They're not saying, like, you know, the kid brought the gun to school because, like, I don't know if they're just trying to save face, if they don't want the neighborhood concerned, but yeah, that's pretty intense. Why is an elementary school kid bringing a gun to school? Where would he get a gun? Crazy. Yeah, pay attention, parents. Your elementary school, which is under 6th grade, on Wilson Drive. Student injured in shooting. That's a public school. That's crazy.
Right now, investigators are working to learn how and why an accidental shooting at a local elementary school happened. We know one student at Sunny Hereford Elementary School was injured and taken to the hospital.
WAAY 31's Olivia Schuler joins us live from the school. Olivia, how did law enforcement say this all started?
Dan, right now we know that at around 10:30 a.m. a student was reported to have accidentally shot themselves firing a gun. Now that student is okay and is in stable condition, but parents that I spoke to are just in awe of how a child was able to get hold of a gun. One parent we spoke to, Anna Keene, has 2 children enrolled at the school. She works in a warehouse and isn't able to always use her cell phone, leaving her in the dark when the shooting happened. She told us she received an urgent phone call from her best friend, picked up the phone, and raced here to the elementary school. She told me after this type of event, it's going to be a hard conversation to have with her kids tonight.
I'm very upset and worried. I'm very upset and worried because I don't know how my son is right now. I don't know how my daughter is when I go pick them up.
Huntsville City School Superintendent Christy Finley says there will be counselors here for any students or staff that need it because they do know this was such a traumatic event. Now, police are still investigating what exactly led up to this incident. Reporting live in Huntsville, Olivia Schuler, WAAY 31 News.
Thanks, Olivia. Police are asking parents to double check their child's backpacks before sending them off to school. They're also urging parents to keep their guns out of reach of kids, preferably locked up. Right now,
Okay, now let's go one step further. Why are the parents not locked up? Your elementary school kid brought a gun to school and shot himself. Where are the parents? Why aren't the parents being held responsible? This is a minor. Granted, he only shot himself, but what happens next time? You get my point of why I don't think the parents should be in jail? Why aren't you locking up every fucking parent? That kid could have done some serious damage. I don't believe in any war, You know what I'm saying, though? They're not even mentioning it. Like, instead of saying, hey, parents need to speak to their kids about the responsibility of guns, something. Nope. To teach children shooter drills. This is elementary school. We're not even talking like high school. This is fucking elementary school. I was like, holy shit. And it's right around the corner. Crazy. My brother's retiring in 3 weeks. Parents need to lock up their guns. I don't know Alabama laws. I know Alabama has very, very light laws on guns. I mean, everyone I know here owns a gun, or several. Alabama is a shall issue state for citizens and lawful permanent residents who are 19 and older. A license to carry firearms is required to carry a firearm concealed on one's person or in a vehicle. Permit required for open carry. May carry openly without permit except handgun, must be secured in a holster. Yeah, we don't have very good laws. Very lax laws. And you only have to be 19. In Alabama, a person may apply for a concealed handgun permit to the sheriff of the county in which they reside. Alabama will recognize any valid out-of-state permit. Evidence of apprehension of attack may mitigate punishment. Carrying pistol on private property. Brass knuckles and slingshots. I'm telling you, they're very lax here. Who, this kid I was just talking about? 1st grade to 6th grade. But I know here you're not allowed to bring guns to school. But yeah, it's very lax here. Like, anyone I know that lives here owns guns. It's probably why crime is not, we don't have a lot of crime here. Probably why. The article I just read, oh, he was a 4th grader? So a 4th grader. It's insane. Do you know seatbelts here are only required till 15? It says seatbelts until 15 years of age. That's weird. So a kid who's over 15 doesn't need a seatbelt? I kid you not. Look, that's what it says. Requirements, child passenger restraints. Seatbelts until 15 years of age. How is that even possible? Booster seats till 6. Convertible seats till 40. I know it doesn't make sense. But right here, seatbelts until 15. Well, what happens after 15? I thought they were always required. That's weird. But it's saying seatbelts until 15 years of age. But you're still a child at 15 or 16. You're still a child at 16. That's why it don't make sense. Yeah, but if they went to court, they can show, well, this doesn't specify. Let's see what happens. What happens to my 16-year-old wearing no seatbelt in Alabama? Alabama just changed their, here we go, just changed their seatbelt law in 2019. Oh, shit. New York changed it in like 2001. Alabama changed it in 2019. State's current seatbelt law applies only to those in the front seat and minors in the back. A bill approved by Alabama legislators last season, the rules expanded to cover anyone who's riding in the back of the vehicle. My kids never wear a seatbelt in the back. Failure of back seat passenger to wear a seatbelt is a violation. When I'm in a back seat, I never wear a seatbelt. That's crazy. I know. No, but they just changed the law in 2019. September of 2019. We had it like that in literally 2001, if not earlier. Consider an adult now. I think 16. I don't know. Age does Alabama consider an adult? 19. Which is crazy to me because you get your license at 15 and 16. And you can sign your own papers by 14. So weird. Alabama's like backwards. Crazy. Crazy, crazy. Does anyone want to come up? I have nothing else to talk about. I've covered everything I could possibly cover. I don't know what else there is to discuss. I'll drop a link if anyone wants a link. White Lotus having a birthday. Max will bungee cord me on the bike. It's not a bad idea. I see everyone in the car about. I never even thought about it. Yeah, now you do. Now here too. I bought a new vape flavor today. It's really good. It's 120 milligrams for $22. Where mine, I paid $22 for this little thing. But it's good. It's called Strawberry Lemonade Twist. It's really good. It's very heavy lemon, which I like. The U.S. just so different because depending on the state, the law is very. Boucher, I got like nothing to discuss. I'm like done. I don't know what do you guys want me to talk about. Give me a topic. Throw a topic at me. Talk about the Florida verdict of the movie theater shooting over a cell phone. Verdict tonight. He's guilty, right? He got guilty, right? He got not guilty? Retired SWAT officer acquitted in movie theater shooting. No shit. Curtis Reeves not guilty. I don't remember the story. I'll have to touch up. He's a retired SWAT officer. Of course he got acquitted. Jury in Florida acquitted a retired SWAT commander for murder for fatally shooting a fellow moviegoer during an argument over cell phone use. Florida jury on Friday acquitted a retired police SWAT commander of murder for fatally shooting a fellow moviegoer during an argument over cell phone use. Deliberation of the trial began Friday, and the 6-person jury... Why was only 6 jury? Retired Tampa police Captain Reed, he's 80 years old, had been charged with second-degree murder for killing Chad Olson during an altercation at a suburban movie theater on January 13th. During closing arguments, defense attorney Richard Escobar said that Olson, 43, made Reeves, then 71, reasonably believe his life was in danger by turning, yelling, and reaching towards him. He said Reeves made the decision to shoot based on his nearly 30 years in law enforcement and hours of training on the justifiable use of deadly force. Reeves didn't have to wait until he was hit before defending himself. He's got a point. Had more knowledge, more experience, more study in that area than anyone in this courtroom, Escobar said. It's a dangerous world. Prosecutor Scott Rosenwasser countered that Reeves killed Olson. Hold on. I'll share it with you guys. That Reeves killed Olson because he threw popcorn in his face, angered him because it violated his self-image as an alpha male, not a 71-year-old man. He didn't fear anything. No one disputes most of the basic facts. Reeves and Olson did not know each other. They had gone with their wives to see a matinee showing the Afghan war movie Lone Survivor. The Reeves taken seats in the back row, the Olsons 1 row in front of them, slightly to the right. Previews began despite an announcement, turn off cell phones, also continued texting his 22-month-old daughter's daycare. Reeves leaned over and told him stop. Reeves said politely, Olson's widow, and others say it sounded like an order. After Olson bluntly refused, perhaps with profanity, Reeves went to complain to the manager. When Reeves returned, seeing that Olson had put his phone away, he told Olson that if he wouldn't have told the manager if he had known he would comply. What happened over the next few seconds is where the stories diverge until Olson grabbed Reeves' popcorn and flicked it back into Reeves' face. Reeves pulled his .380 handgun, lunged forward, and fired 1 shot, killing Olson and nearly severing the finger of Olson's wife, Nicole, who had reached out to pull her husband back to his seat. Escobar said the evidence proves their contention that during the disputed seconds, Olson, before being shot, threw his cell phone at Reeves, striking him in the face, and then appeared ready to climb over the seats to attack, reaching towards him. Reeves testified Thursday that in his entire law enforcement career, he had never encountered someone so out of control, and he feared he was about to be killed. Given his age, arthritis, and other physical ailments, Reeves contended he could not have defended himself except by shooting. Escobar said that it took less than 3/4 of a second between the popcorn toss and the shot. That is too fast for it to be the reason Reeves fired. Impossible, Escobar said. But Rosenwasser contended Reeves' story was a lie. Security video does not show Olson throwing his cell phone. Reeves had no injury on his face where he says he hit him. But the video does show Olson grabbing Reeves' popcorn bag, tossing it at him, and Reeves firing. Witnesses testified they heard Reeves then mutter, "Throw popcorn at me." He said Reeves' story about fearing for his life, that he was physical fragile egg, despite having just come back from a hunting trip and Olson being out of control, and all fabrications. They are aimed, Rosenwasser said, at covering up the fact that Reeves has an alpha male mindset who liked the adrenaline rush of being a police officer and SWAT commander. He killed Olson in anger after he had his ego hurt by being challenged and having popcorn thrown in his face. This is tough. He said Reeves never fired his gun as he moved through the robbery, homicide bureau, fugitive apprehension, and SWAT. Yet somehow this movie theater argument over a cell phone escalated to the point Reeves faced the most out-of-control, scariest person he ever faced and had to shoot. In his entire career, that is the most he has ever been scared. Absolutely unreal. Whew. It's a tough one. I would have had to watch the trial to give my full opinion, but I got to be honest with you, from what I'm seeing, an old man, dude shouldn't have touched his popcorn. He shouldn't have touched his shit. And if you had older people on that jury, they would have felt the same way. And the article is not fairly stating what happened. It's not, then what happened? It's just biased to what? I think that kind of gave you the facts. Yeah, I think that is what happened. It just gave you the facts. Lindsay just likes to disagree about anything. If I say the sky is blue, she'll tell me it's white. But there's nothing biased about it. It just said what happened. It didn't take either side. We didn't see the rage that was involved. That's pretty crazy, though. Both people were wrong. I sent you a video of news clips in DM of the Peterson mother dropped her son off in the road. Her brain is gone. I know, I watched them. Unless you sent me new ones. Was he sitting in jail? Reeves was charged with second-degree murder after the shooting and attempted to use Florida's controversial stand your ground defense. The stand your ground defense is it means something. There's a reason why it exists. Hold on, I gotta set up StreamYards for her. Yeah, I wish I'd watched it too. No, house arrest for 8 years. Okay. No guns were allowed in the theater, but he's a retired cop. Retired cops can keep guns. Hey, Rad. I'm retired if certain people can carry a gun anywhere. Hey, Adrian. Lindsay, I just dropped you a link since you watched the trial. I didn't watch the trial. No cell phone. Well, you can always bring a cell phone in. I did not think they could if they were not on duty. I don't know. Maybe retired SWAT can. Just sure you can't say too much these days to people you don't know. Exactly. The guy could have moved his seat. I'm sure it wasn't super busy. I mean, they didn't have to throw popcorn in this old man's face. That's kind of fucked up. Why the old man had to kill him and not just, like, hurt his leg? I don't think he should have killed him. In other words, retired cops are exempt from the no guns in theater. I don't know. Florida also has a law that assault of any kind on the elderly is considered felony assault. Thank you. I did not know that. Duty round city carries all the time. Exactly. Yeah, but I don't always listen. They tell me to turn off my cell phone. I don't listen. Wasn't he just texting? Yes, he was just texting. But I can see why a 71-year-old man might get scared. He should not have thrown popcorn in his face. He shouldn't have touched him. Guy's 71 years old. Yeah, when you popped up, you scared me.
I'm sorry.
No, it's not your fault. I just didn't expect the pop. I jumped a little. What's up, Ho? What up, Ho?
Nothing. Not much, but hey, I'm actually not trying to argue.
You always argue. Always.
No, that's no. But you remember, kind of like once the Kyle Rittenhouse trial started and the facts that were being presented in the case kind of like weren't what had been previously like posted by the media.
Okay. Hey, Wyoming. Okay.
That's what I was saying about the ABC article. Like, just not a lot that was presented in court. Like, some of that stuff maybe wasn't admissible, or that's, you know what I mean? That's all I meant.
What do you mean? It wasn't admissible.
So like the witness statement of when he said throw popcorn at me, there was witnesses that testified that they didn't hear anything from him. There was witnesses that said that they could hear a little bit, but then they maybe missed that part. But the biggest thing was anything the witnesses said in the trial. There was a hearing like a few years ago that the defense was just ripping them on, because what they would say in this trial that they remembered or that they were testifying to, they never mentioned in the previous hearing, like, you know, court record, deposition, whatever it was. So that's what I was saying, like, just that one example being my point, but that some of the things the article was saying, like, weren't what actually was in court. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's all I meant. So it wasn't an argument.
Hold on.
But also I wanted to say that what's so interesting is that he didn't even have to be hit by a popcorn box or a phone to claim that same self-defense. Because it's similarly just like Kyle Rittenhouse, and I'm just using that because it's like the last big case that used the same kind of just self-defense defense. You don't have to be hit, assaulted, battered. Nothing has to actually physically happen to you first for you to be able to do self-defense, which I know you know that, but I was saying that to someone else in the chat was asking me.
Well, that's why it's so controversial, but I thought that stand your ground had to do with your house. I did not realize that stand your ground could be anywhere. I really thought it had to just do with at your house.
Well, so stand your ground is one thing, but I think they kind of separate of like, but you still have a right to protect your own body when you're elsewhere. So it's like your physical property and your personal property, and then you yourself. Like it's kind of two different things, and there's two different statutes that determine for each. They're very different on both. Yeah, I've been looking a lot into cases like that recently, just because it's so interesting of like how self-defense works and like what elements have to be present. It's pretty crazy.
What did the wife say when she was found not guilty on all?
I'm sure the deceased wife.
Yeah.
I'm sure she was pissed. I saw another person, I can't remember who. They wrote that the theater wasn't allowed to have guns, but the wife actually sued the movie theater for guns being allowed in there. So that was a civil thing she tried. But what's also interesting is one of the things I was watching that was discussing this was saying, in the reports, it took the police 20 minutes to get to the movie theater after someone first called in. And the person talking was saying, kind of good thing that they did allow guns in the theater, because if there was someone crazy that came in shooting everyone, it would have taken the cops 20 minutes to get there. So it's kind of interesting how that can play out.
You know what makes something like that a good debate? And I hate to say this, but I believe it. There's a lot of police that kill, a lot of times when white cops will kill a black man, or you hear about it in this very racial way, when the reality was the dude shouldn't have done what he did to the cop, and then he'd still be alive. I kind of feel like this is the same way.
Well, and I think that it's very easy to take exactly the elements that have to be present, and for normal people to interpret that and put their, personal reasons or wanting it to make it seem like it's a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically with cases like that, where it's it technically, legally was a justified move. And I think.
Wait, hold on 1 second. Tinkerbell, CCW, what's that? She said, our governor signed a law. I live in that county. Our governor signed a law in 2012 that a CCW is allowed to bring a gun in a movie theater. What's a CCW?
Concealed carry weapon holder.
Oh, okay. Concealed carry weapon. So they are allowed to bring it in a movie theater.
Right, exactly. I was just saying that it's kind of a good point. Sometimes with gun things, it's maybe we shouldn't have guns, but I mean, that was a case where it did take the police 20 minutes to get there. So,
but Rocco, it doesn't matter what it was over.
Oh, it wasn't over the popcorn. So the thing is,
hold on. You have a 43-year-old guy who's buff with a 71-year-old man who's disabled. The guy should have never put his fingers anywhere near him. He could have moved his seat. I'm sure it wasn't busy. The guy who was getting all irate, the one that got shot, could have moved his seat if he was bothering him that much texting his daughter's daycare or his, granddaughter's daycare. You don't put your hands on somebody. You put your hands on someone, you fuck with someone, whatever happens to you, well, you shouldn't have. Was it a little excessive? Yeah. He could have shot him in the leg, should have shot him in the hip, could have shot him anywhere but not kill him. But he's got 30 years on the force. If he's never gotten in trouble with 30 years on the force, he obviously did feel threatened. Was it probably over-exaggerated? Yes. But I don't know. I just feel like he should not. He was 71. Even if he wasn't disabled at the time, he was 71. That's an old man. 71-year-old was in great shape, not according to the pictures I saw. Pictures I just saw, he looked terrible.
So also with that, if you can kind of imagine the situation, imagine, Curtis Reeves had his gun, but he also had pepper spray with him. I'm sure if he actually had both of those on his body that day, there would be people saying, he should use the pepper spray. That's true if he did, which this is all hypothetical, but my point is, the same reason you would say he would be justified in using pepper spray is the exact same reason for the gun in the case, according to the law. The physical threat of action. Just this exact same way that you'd say, yeah, he could use pepper spray, that transfers to the gun, which I know is that's what makes everything controversial, because it's a gun aspect. Once you add that in, it's hard for people to agree, or just people have differences, but that's kind of why.
I'm not saying the old man was in the right, but I can understand why he was not guilty. And he's got 30 years on the force. He knows how to get out of it. Why he felt the need to shoot the guy, I don't know.
So also in the trial, and there was pictures taken by the police once they got there, above one of his eyebrows, like, kind of that bone.
Yeah.
It had like some type of abrasion. I don't remember if it was like a, just super red or a scrape or something, on his face. So the thing is, no one really knows if it was popcorn or not. All they have is the videos, and all of their witnesses say it was really dark in there, and they, none of them can say for sure.
Hold
basically.
on, it wasn't Reeves. You're saying the other guy should have minded his own business. Reeves was minding his own business. Yeah. Reeves went to the manager, right? Concealed carry weapon.
Reeves did go to the.
Okay, so Reeves went to
I
the
think she's
manager.
meaning like he shouldn't have given. He shouldn't have cared that that guy had his phone out. That's maybe what she was meaning.
Okay, Reeves was the one telling. All right, now I had that wrong. I thought Reeves was the one on the phone.
No. Mm-mm. It was the guy in front of him.
Okay. Reeves, all right, I was wrong then. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, so basically he said, hey, you might turn that off, something like that. And I think maybe he asked him again, or maybe it was the first time, I don't remember exactly, but he said, I'm texting my fucking daughter, or something like, it was definitely effing daughter. A lot of the people there testified to that the first time on the hearing as well, as this one. And then I think that's when he got up, and then he asked him again. But yeah, no one really saw the popcorn. Like, it's so similar to the Kyle Rittenhouse. So like, the only thing they have is this video, which of course it's a dark theater, so it's really hard to see anything. Like, yeah.
Adrian, you're probably right. It probably could cut down domestic violence significantly. Some used it. Someone used it in Alabama and didn't turn out too well. He asked a couple of times.
Yeah, he did.
Guy was killed, threw around a lot of F-bombs, but basically Reeves started it.
I think the main thing is that he was in a dark room with his wife. He couldn't see, and kind of like I said earlier, like, he doesn't have to physically get hit. Like, no one has to get their ass beat for them to say self-defense. Like, it can just be the threat. So if it's this younger guy that's taller than him, he's with his elderly wife, he doesn't know what this guy's capable of, and we do live in a crazy world. Like, what if that guy did have a gun? You just don't know, and so you're supposed to take it from that 71-year-old man's perspective, not my body perspective. Like, you have to literally put yourself how you would feel in his shoes for that case.
Did they show the juror? Like, were the jurors old?
They don't show the jury at all on any cases that are streamed. They tell the jury that they're welcome to talk with press if they want to, but they're allowed their privacy, for sure.
See, Kat, I can't argue it because I didn't watch any of the trial. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, and Kat, honestly, that's kind of one of those things where, kind of what you were saying earlier, Laura, as far as, like, when shootings happen and are they justified or not, and it's just one of those controversial things.
What, a clip on it? I don't want to watch the whole thing. I mean,
honestly, that's why it was so boring. That's why I said I watched most of it. I watched the beginning, and then it just got super repetitive. I mean, it lasted longer than it needed to. But the verdict didn't, so.
Oh, hold on. See, I can't do boring trials.
Yeah, that one was boring. I couldn't watch all of it. Winter, he was 71 when it happened, so he's 79 now.
Oh, hold on.
As follows.
What the fuck?
The defendant is not guilty. We, the jury, find as follows. The defendant is not guilty.
It is breaking news more than 8 years
in the making. Tonight, former Tampa Police Captain Curtis Reeves is a free man, a jury finding him not guilty of murder. Reeves has maintained since day one back in 2014 he shot Chad Olson inside a movie theater in self-defense. Good evening, I'm Jennifer Lee.
And I'm Keith Kate. Thank you for joining us tonight. The jury deliberated for just over 3 hours before coming back with the verdict. News journalist Justin Shecker live in Pasco County for us tonight with reaction from Reeves and his team.
Jen and Keith, good evening to you both. Curtis Reeves says this has been a trying experience, not just for him, but for his entire family. Reeves' family and his attorneys left tonight celebrating a legal victory. As for Chad Olson's widow, she walked out of this courthouse in tears. She appeared stunned by the not guilty verdict.
This is a day that's long been coming.
8 years after the deadly movie theater shooting in Wesley Chapel, 79-year-old Curtis Reeves walked out of the Pasco County Courthouse a free man.
This is great. It's been a long 8 years, and I couldn't wait for it to be over with. I'm very proud of my team of lawyers here that did a fantastic job in bringing out the truth, and hopefully you guys will put the truth in the paper for a change.
Right before the judge read the not guilty verdict, Chad Olson's widow, Nicole, was visibly emotional in the courtroom. She left without making comment on the acquittal of the man who shot and killed her husband after an argument over his cell phone use during the previews.
It was a sad day for everybody on both sides. It never should have happened. I never wanted it to happen. I never planned for it. I never even in my wildest dreams ever thought anything like this would ever happen. And it, like I say, I feel as touching for them as I do for my own family.
During closing arguments Friday, the state told the jury the retired Tampa police captain was the aggressor. Prosecutors repeatedly said this case was about little more than...
He shot and killed a man over a popcorn toss.
After years of legal motions, court appeals, and pandemic-related delays, the 6 jurors decided Reeves felt threatened enough to justify shooting the 43-year-old father in the chest.
I think this victory, this acquittal, sends a message out to the community. And that message is that you can't abuse the elderly. And we believed all along that Mr. Reeves that day was attacked in that theater, and he did the right thing in defending himself.
And had the jury convicted Curtis Reeves of second-degree murder, he could have spent the rest of his life in prison. Instead, the former Tampa police captain will continue his retirement a free man. We're live tonight in Dade City.
My personal feeling, I kind of feel like they just made an example out of him and that's basically what it seems like they're saying. They made an example out of him. Do not fuck with the elderly.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely like a tragedy for both families. Like, they both have gone through a lot, and probably more so, obviously, the Olsons. But
all right,
that's why we have our system.
FLA has a legal expert with JB. Let's listen and see what he's got to say. Hold on.
UFLA now. Here's JB Buno.
Curtis Reeves, there in court. Curtis Reeves walking out a free man. And you heard his comments and a little bit from the victorious side of the courtroom. I want to hear from you as a legal expert here in the Tampa Bay area. Is this the verdict that you were expecting? What was your initial reaction to the news coming in that Curtis Reeves found not guilty on both charges?
I think that whenever there's an acquittal on a murder trial, I think there's always a state of shock from spectators and observers. But there's also this element that I attribute the acquittal to three things that the defense team did. Number one, when they laid the foundation through one of their own experts.
This meeting is being recorded.
That one of the law enforcement, that law enforcement failed to pursue certain investigative leads, like recreate the crime scene, recreate the lighting conditions. So that was number one. Number two was when Mr. Reeves himself testified, and I think he showed the jurors that he was, an elderly person who was not the hothead that the prosecution was trying to make him out to be. And then, of course, the closing arguments, where Mr. Escobar spent nearly over almost 3 hours laying the foundation that that Mr. Reeves had an exemplary record as a law enforcement officer, as a security officer at Busch Gardens, without any evidence that he was the hothead, again, that the prosecution was trying to lay. So yes, did it come as a shock? I think whenever there's an acquittal, there's always a state of shock. But at the same time, no real surprise, because again, the defense team did such a great job of laying a foundation that Mr. Reeves was not the hothead that the state made him out to be. So I think it was a great trial and a great defense tactic. And so I think that congratulations are in order.
Let me ask you this question, Bryant. Did the defense, in your opinion, win this case, or did the prosecutors lose it?
No, I think the defense won the case. The prosecution had everything that they need. I mean, they had everything they needed to convict. They had the video, they had eyewitness testimony. So it's just unfortunately for the state, Mr.
Let me just say that is an excellent way to put something. Thank you, JB. I like that. Did the prosecution lose, or did the defense actually win? It's a big difference. Like Casey Anthony, she didn't win. The prosecution lost. OJ, prosecution lost. But not that they actually won.
Mr. Reeves came across as a likable person. And again, I think that Mr. Escobar's closing argument, emphasizing this lack of a record of a hothead cop that the prosecution was trying to make it out to be. So no, I think that the state did the best they could with what they had, but the defense won this through and through just with their tactic. It was a great strategy. Again, pointing out absence of lack of evidence, and lack of investigative pursuit of, the fact that he pursued every lead, putting Mr. Reeves on the stand, and the closing arguments. Again, I think even though some of the people were commenting saying it was way too long, Mr. Escobar is correct. He had to hit you want to get one shot at this. So he had to hit every detail and he did it.
But Catnip, there is a big difference. Like he's saying, the prosecutors had everything they needed to win. They should have won based on they had everything. It's not like Casey Anthony or OJ where they missed some things. He's saying they had every T crossed, every I dotted, but the defense won a better case.
Did a very effective job to do so.
So when jurors are deliberating and discussing this, and they did so, Bryant, for more than 3 hours, what do you think is the number one thing that they are pointing to in the deliberation room as the reason that they came to the conclusion of not guilty as the verdict?
I mean, I think it's clear that, the jurors are told sympathy is not something they can.
Good lawyers always make a difference. How did I win custody? Ouch! How did I win custody? How did I win custody? Because I had a better lawyer. I mean, I can't even say I had a better lawyer. I didn't have a better lawyer. We had equal great lawyers. But when I did do my 30 days, almost every single woman in jail, I think it was I did surveys. I think it was 95% of them had public defenders. Guy jail, 80% of them have public defenders. You have a public defender, you will go to jail.
Consider. There's no doubt that they sympathize with the victim's wife. There's no doubt. And there's no doubt that they sympathize with Curtis Reeves' family. So I think they ignored all that the way they should have and looked at the absence of any evidence of support that Mr. Reeves was this hothead, looking for trouble, went out there trying to to start a fight so that he can end up using his gun. And one of the other things that Mr. Escobar hit the nail on the head was he is allowed to carry a firearm as a retired law enforcement officer. In fact, the law says he should carry.
Yes, it is true. Public defenders get paid by the state. Yes, it is true. It is true. People think it's not. It is. It's a fact. That's why so many people in jail. Now, is there a small percentage that have good attorneys that still end up in jail? Of course. But a lot of them get reduced time too. Public defender? Yeah. Oh, I did. Let's go. I really did. Public defenders work and get paid by the judge. Same people that pay the judge and the lawyers and everyone else. They don't get paid privately. They get paid by the state.
Yeah, it's cheap. It's like depending on the state. I mean,
you pay no. That was the percentage of the people I was in jail with, is what I said. If I didn't make that clear, then I'll make it clearer. The people I was in jail with, not worldwide. The people I was in jail with.
So again, this is not a young kid, a young punk going out there looking for trouble, looking for a reason to use the gun. He just happened to have the gun, and the jurors believed that objectively, Mr. Reeves felt his life was in danger. The jury believed it, and so again, kudos to the defense for highlighting that.
So many commenters, and that we're live streaming, and we're live on Facebook, we're live on YouTube, and there's a lot of folks watching right now asking questions. But as the trial played out, one of the questions that was asked repeatedly was, why is there, and you're one of the best equipped to answer this question, why is so much being played into his decorated law enforcement career? This is somebody who has really a sterling resume when it comes to the many years that he devoted to serving the Tampa Bay area, to serving Tampa police, and to serving the people of his.
I did 30 days on a second contempt for not giving my little one to his dad when he fucked me over. Like, he flew to an airport that was 3 hours away. Long story, but I ended up going to jail I got a 90-day sentence, 60 days suspended, and I had to do 30 days, went right to court. So when you see my mugshot floating around, it was from that day.
Community as a law enforcement officer, even going as far to train other officers, even going as far to help in the early stages of the first SWAT teams here in the Tampa Bay area with Tampa Police. And there were a lot of folks that were saying, Bryant, in our comment section, saying, why is so much being made about his decorated law enforcement career from decades ago, when really it's the actions of how he carried himself in court that day that should really be examined and put under the microscope? Do you think that developing this, the backstory, and
I looked right at the judge. I said, under the same circumstances, I wouldn't change a thing. I would do the exact same thing. I was sentenced.
His history as a decorated law enforcement officer played a role in the jury's decision here tonight?
Absolutely. So, and we also have to look at one other thing. This is a Pasco County jury. Okay, this is the Pasco County, made up of people that are mainly retirees. I'm not sure what the makeup was of these jurors, but from what sources were telling me, most of these jurors had concealed weapons or were weapon owners themselves. So if they had weapons themselves, then I think they felt the need, there could be a need at some point to defend themselves. Now, so with that mindset, you've got jurors that believe in the right to bear arms. Any other jurisdiction, any other county may not have had the same mindset. That's number one. Number two, yes, absolutely. The fact that he is a decorated law enforcement officer, these are law-abiding citizens that are serving as jurors that have sworn to both uphold the law and abide by the law. So I think they looked at him, Mr. Reeves, as someone who was their protector at some point during his younger years. He protected their community, and they looked at that. So I think absolutely, by overplaying his exemplary record, the fact that he was a trainer, I think the jurors looked at him and said, hey, this is a guy that used to protect us, and perhaps, again, without looking at sympathy, and perhaps what he did that day may have been wrong, but not necessarily illegal. And I think that that's what the jurors, absolutely, his record had to come into play. Again, this was not some young, for lack of a better description, punk who's out there with a gun illegally looking for trouble. This is a man who took his family to watch a movie, and unfortunately somebody died. We're not taking that away from what happened, but the facts did not meet the law the way the jury was instructed.
Let's flip it around and now talk about the other side, Brian. We're talking about the Olsen family. I'm not sure if you were watching in the moment.
Jail was the most boring experience I ever had. It was lame. The food was disgusting. I was pulling out my hair extensions to use to tie my hair up. You get to change your clothes twice a week. You can shower every night, but you have to put on the exact same clothes. And I was just in a local county. It was horrible. Just horrible. I think I went to the law library 7 times just to get out of this little fucking holding pen. You watch Lifetime movies from 7 a.m. until 9 o'clock at night. One after the next. If I never watch another Lifetime movie again, I'll be all right. But yeah, 30 days. And that 30 days I left, I couldn't have been happier. But at the same time, it was very relaxing. When I say relaxing, I only had one fight. I was only locked up overnight for 1 day. Locked in my cell. And it wasn't even my fault. But it's just boring. There's no other way to put it. You're just looking at a bunch of females. But it's relaxing. There's nothing you can do. So, I didn't have a care in the world. My mom had my kids, so I knew they were safe. And you can't think of bills. You don't think of anything because there's nothing you can do. So it really wasn't that bad. I mean, it was because it was boring, but it really wasn't that bad. But again, I was just in county with a bunch of Iowa meth heads. It was really what it was. I don't know. I agree with what this guy is saying, and I think he's making sense. And Florida, you got old people, and I have a feeling the jury was old people. Oh, this bitch was crazy. She was literally mentally ill. And I was not about to fist fight in prison. And not prison. I always mix up the words. It was just county. But I was not about to fight some psycho criminal when I was only there because I didn't give my kid to his dad. These people were hardened criminals. And I don't even know what she was in there for because you're not really allowed to talk about it. But the guards know, but that's it. They don't want you really talking about your offenses. But most of these people I was in there with have been in there before. And she just came at me. I was like, bitch, what is your problem? And, the New Yorker in me came out. I got to be tough. Meanwhile, I'm like, this girl's going to kick my ass. And lo and behold, I, started screaming at her. She didn't throw a punch. But I started screaming back at her. And I was like, guards, please come over here. But they came over pretty quickly. And we both got locked in our cell for the day. Thankfully, from my cell, I could see the TV, so I just had to stand there and watch TV. But being in this little fucking cell with a toilet and a bed that was horrible, not even a bed, it's a steel, thing with a cot that's that thick. Not even, probably that, like a yoga mat is what you sleep on. I don't know how people do this all the time. So I was in a cell by myself, but I was kept in a holding pen the whole 30 fucking days because that's a whole nother story. But there were 7 of us in this room. We weren't in general population. There was 7 of us in this room. And I could see the TV from my window. So I just stood there. But it was crazy. God was not with me because they sent me to jail for 30 days. The first time I went, it was 48 hours. I cried the whole time. Literally cried the whole time. This time, I was screaming. I was like, I don't fucking belong here. These people are criminals. I didn't do anything. I was like, look around. These people fucking here because they broke the law. I didn't break the law. When you get arrested or you go to jail, you actually have to pay for your time in jail. Mine was a civil thing, so I didn't have to owe the state anything. Like, it wasn't costing me anything. The state paid for it, but man, it was boring. But when I left, I gave all my commissary to my girl next door. I said, here you go, enjoy the ramen, have some fun. Took my money. I said, I'll smoke a cigarette for y'all. And I walked out. And as I'm walking out, I said, Macaroni, we never want to see you here again. I said, believe me, I will never fucking be here again. And I left. And that was it. And never turned back. Never broke the judge's rules again. And nope. Judge told me what to do, and I did it. Do the heavy people get a thicker pad? Nope. Everybody gets the same cushion. And it's this big, and they wake you up at 5 in the morning. That was another thing. They try to take away my Adderall. You can't have Adderall in jail. Well, I got my Adderall every day. I was flipping out. I told my lawyer, you better get me my fucking Adderall. I was like, I will not survive 30 days in jail without it. I will lose my mind.
Dude, I don't know. I think Adderall in jail would be a sentence.
No, not when you need it. Like, I can't live without it. Like, I would be out of my mind. And my psychiatrist had spoke to my doctor. I mean, it spoke to the jail nurse or doctor or whatever, and they gave it to me every day. But they did tell me that if we see you give any away, we want to watch you take it. Like, if this goes out of your hands or anybody else gets one, we will take them away from you. I said, believe me, they are not going anywhere. They're staying with me. So every morning at 5 a.m., they had to give me my 2 Adderall, and I took it, and they watched me, and that was it. No, they will not give Adderall in prison. I fought. My lawyer got it. My lawyer went to the judge, said, look, she's been on it for 12 years, 10 years, whatever. She has to have it. Yeah, she has to have it. And the judge overruled it, and I got it. Yeah, I can't either. My brain would start. I'm telling you, I would have lost my fucking mind. So, but that was the rule that I had to make. They had to watch me take it to make sure I wasn't selling them or giving them away. Like, one of the girls in the holding dude, she's like, you got Adderall? I said, fuck yeah. I said, I would be punching these cement walls if I didn't. She's like, damn, they wouldn't give it to me. As I'm telling you, I've been on so long, they couldn't just take it away from me. I'd be fucking pulling my hair out, literally.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, do people get they give medicine every day at 5 a.m. without fail. They wake you up. Jury was made up of 4 men, 2 women, age ranges 30 to 60. Interesting. I do have ADHD. And my last shrink said pretty heavily. I didn't know I had it heavily. I mean, I've told the story before, but I didn't even know about Adderall. I started it by faking it, according to what I thought I was doing. And years later, after being on it, I had all the signs when I went to see a shrink. So it was pretty funny.
Yeah, I'm similar, but I don't like Adderall, but I take guidance. The Adderall was it just did not work for me at all.
See, what I don't like about Adderall is I'm on generic, and
that's why I didn't like it.
I hate it. You never know, is it going to be a good generic or a bad generic? It's what
I know. I think that the generic, I don't know, it was something about it. I used to joke, my body's just rejecting generic, but no, it was the consistency just wasn't as clean. If that makes sense. I just felt like shit all the time.
I get it. Well, it could be, if it was generic, it could have been that type of generic.
Yeah, I mean, it was something that my insurance was making me.
Yeah.
I don't know, you know what I mean?
I do. I had, when I was with AT&T, my insurance gave me the XR, the regular.
AT&T.
Yeah. And that was great. That was awesome insurance.
What insurance is that?
I got rid of the Echo, I think. I don't remember what I had when I was working at AT&T. I don't even remember.
What insurance is AT&T?
You want me to remember from 2011?
I've never heard of it.
No, AT&T was the company I worked for.
Oh, fuck. Okay. I'm like, I've never fucking heard of AT&T insurance.
No, AT&T was who I worked for. Dum-dum. No. I really don't remember the insurance.
I can't be the only one that thought that. I was like, what the fuck, AT&T? That's why I kept asking.
No, AT&T was the company. Who was taking injections? I don't think she's a good judge at all. Who?
The judge was very, like, she would do. Kiki's gonna laugh, she would do.
Oh, in this case?
Sustained.
I don't know. I'm mixed.
Overruled.
I'm mixed, though, because I kind of feel like, you know what? He shouldn't have drew first blood. I'm sorry. But it's like the cop that shoots the guy who shouldn't have ran away and he got shot in the back. Sorry, you shouldn't have ran away and you wouldn't have gotten shot.
Yeah, I mean, no, it's
everybody looks at it as, yeah, they were overdosing on Geritol. Everybody looks at it as that, everybody's looking at it as it's, you know, hindsight 2020. You just never know. And you don't put your hands on someone, and how are they going to react? I won't watch the whole trial.
I wouldn't recommend that one. Like,
I get so
trials,
bored.
And that one was really uninteresting. I just like, I work from home and I like background stuff, and so I like to just easy listen. And yeah, that was, I would change it often. But yeah,
but here's the thing too, a retired cop with 30 years on the force and the SWAT team and an impeccable record, he's winning.
Yeah.
He is definitely winning. If he had any kind of, I covered that. If he had any kind of, any kind of, forcible record, he
like
wouldn't have won.
Disciplinary record.
Yeah, disciplinary. He wouldn't have won, but he didn't. He had an impeccable record of 30 years up in the ranks. That's a respected person.
Right.
And he went to the manager first, so legally, I can see why the jury did what they did. He could apologize taking a father from his daughter. He could, I agree with you. He was retired for 27 years. He ended up being a head of a security at Busch Gardens. Okay. That's what I'm saying, though. And he never had a problem at Busch Gardens. Is the couch so? What couch? No control for a courtroom. I didn't watch. Hey, Granny. What couch? What are you guys talking about? What green couch? I don't have a green couch. Do you know what they're talking about?
Do you have a green couch behind you?
Can I sell you my recliner? Yes. I don't know what they're talking about. I don't have a couch. Okay, now I'm just getting annoyed. So
I think it's like a bombing thing.
Yeah, I see that. Oh, it's a granny raid. I gotcha. Well, Granny's watching us live now? She's not live. I think it's Granny giving you love. If it's really her, I know there's a troll of her. Granny Raid Laura. All right, so it really is her? Granny, take a link so I know it's really you. I hope this topic wasn't too serious. I love you. It was serious. You got to come up with something better than you want to buy a couch. All right, guys, you don't have to time them out. Come take a link. Laura's only good for recliners. I wish I had a recliner. Yeah, it's her. All right. As long as I know it's her. She's real? Ugh. I'm actually getting off in a minute, though. I've been on way longer than I thought, and now I'm getting nothing done. Someone is sitting on that green... What green couch? There is no green couch. You want a green couch? I'll give you a green couch. Hold on. Hang on, I'll show you a green couch. What? Alright. Hold on. Here you go. Here's your green couch. What up, girl? Here's your green couch. It's $1,400.
I'm so sorry.
There you go. It's 14. That couch really is $1,400.
It's 20,000, Laura. It's 20,000.
No, seriously, though, it's $1,400 for that fucking ugly ass thing.
Oh, is there really a couch on the screen or something?
Yeah, I put a couch on there.
Oh, I didn't see it. Oh my God, I was dying because you're like, what the fuck are they talking? And they're all coming back like, I'm timed out.
No, because I was like, is that really her?
I see the couch now. I hope you weren't in a serious topic though. Because I'm like, wait, what if they're talking like, something real serious?
We were talking serious.
Oh.
We're talking
shit,
about...
I'm sorry.
No, it's all right, though. Guys, you don't have to
sorry.
time them out. It's all good.
That was hilarious. I was like, whoa, they're getting slaughtered.
No, 'cause at first I'm like, what fucking green couch? What are they talking about? So I'm like looking around. I'm like, what green couch? And
I was dying.
And then I'm like,
Oh
then
my
I
God.
saw you, and I was like, is that really her? Is that her fucking clone? So then they said, no, it was you. See, I got this webcam loser.
We just needed some fun. And I'm like, let's, I don't know. Something different. That's a troll.
Yeah.
They should have said like doo-doo green or doo-doo brown, like Natasha's recliner or something.
Yeah, then I would have said
Like,
20,000. But the green couch
20,000,
just threw
right?
me
Then that's
off.
20,000.
Yeah, the green couch threw me off because I'm like, what fucking green couch?
I don't know who started the green couch. I was dying.
Whoever started that, I'm not going to ask them for prank call ideas.
Yeah.
Hey, is this a green couch?
Wait, but Laura's like, what fucking green couch?
Yeah,
What the
I was
fuck
like,
are they talking
oh my
about?
God. I'm tired of hearing about some stupid green couch.
Laura.
Guys are crazy. Crazy.
So I guess I should listen into the next live that we raid to make sure it's not a serious topic.
Oh, I'll get you back. Don't
It
worry.
wasn't that serious.
I just had too much excitement.
I will get you back. Don't you worry.
I will be right back. Me.
What?
Be right back.
All right. So just remember, guys, Granny's Watching is on my hit list. Just wait.
Any suggestions where to go next? Got any enemies out there? We'll get them.
Do I have any enemies? Yeah, I got way more than you could ever imagine.
I know. Did you see what Natasha did last night?
No. The panties?
No, she went for my family.
Oh, no, I didn't know that. I thought you were talking about
Yeah.
the underwear, the bejazzling of her, like, size extra 3X.
Yeah. She was like, I don't know where I'm going to find big granny panties at. Oh, come on. In your drawers, honey. I'm like, unless you don't wear them.
Exactly right. Like, who you kidding? That fucking came out right out of your drawer. Because if you were going to buy
like it was
them...
too small for her.
Because if you were going to buy them, you wouldn't fucking use those. You would have bought something sexy. You know what I mean?
Well, and then she was like, the crotch area is small. And I'm thinking,
I know. I thought the same thing. I was like, wait a second. If you gain a lot of weight, does your crotch expand?
Right.
Like,
it does
that
actually.
extent
It can,
where,
though.
like, normal panties may not fit?
I
guess it would.
It's all older. I mean, it's all older. It's all, someone wrote granny. It's all, like, it's going to be big all over the place. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess, like, what she was saying was, like, it was already a very large pair.
Yeah, that came right out of her drawer. Guaranteed. No, sorry, guys, you got timed out. We didn't know at first.
Well, I would have timed people out, too. Like, what do you mean a fucking couch? Get out of here. I laughed way too hard at that, though. Your response was perfect.
Someone had their finger on the trigger, so it was like, ding, 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 like, hidden.
Again, I apologize for ruining your serious topic.
I've been on for
alert.
hours. We were, like, winding down. I was telling
There you go. It's a good way to leave on an exciting bang, you know?
Exactly.
I got a good laugh.
Yeah, White Lotus is making me a pair. She watched Natasha last night and decided that she was going to make me a special pair. She told me that last night.
Oh, how nice. You got to put it on your face and act like a complete moron and tell everybody how you're a real woman.
So what happened with the family?
Oh, you didn't see that?
No.
It was horrific. I don't even want to repeat it.
It was bad. It was.
She went low.
It was pretty bad. And it just bringing her family into that part, like, it wasn't cool, but just her whole, like, demeanor, she was just one of her, like, I don't know, that was bad.
She's a filthy fucking bitch.
You need to respond with, Natasha, where's the 20K?
Oh, I did great. Laura, you got to watch my stream. I got ahead of her with everything. I told the story behind what she exposed. I shared my own record, told the story behind that. I took my power back.
Good. But you cannot let people get to you. And I take it from me. I have been through this for years. 5 CPS calls, like being fucking attacked left and right. They still bring me up for stupidest shit. Years ago, I fought with them. Now, I ignore them. But I was listening to Robbie when you were on panel, and I wanted to fucking kill him. But I listened to it. If it was live, I would have taken a link and yelled at you both. But I listened to it after. But his mentality of watching people that talk about him, I was like, oh my God, Robbie, stop watching these people and stop making them like important. Like BX, he's a fucking bitch. Like, why even promote him? Why even talk about him? Like, he's a fucking loser. And I don't want to see you track down that same path. And I understand what it's like to fight. I understand what it's like to go back to these people. But even though you have a following, you do have a lot of flip-floppers, which you're going to learn.
Oh, yeah.
And those flip-floppers, you'll have your core group, absolutely. But they do stem from Natasha. And even with my people, I see my people going back and forth. They hate me one day, they like me, they're back, they leave, they're back, they leave, they're back. And I just don't want to see you. And I was like, oh, if I could help this girl, I will. If I had to do it all over again, and I had to redo the mistakes I made, one of the biggest mistakes I made was fighting back. Was trying to justify all the lies that they told. I then try to justify it by, proving it. I'm going to show X, Y, and Z. Now, I say, think whatever the fuck you want about me. It doesn't matter. I don't care. I don't care what your opinion is.
Well, that's what I did.
That's what
I
you have
exposed
to
myself, and told my story, and it was good. It turned out good. She reminded me that I'm blessed, so it didn't work the way she wanted it to.
Okay.
And yeah, just made our little community stronger, and it showed that she's the trash that we thought she was. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So,
I agree.
but yeah, these people are vicious.
They are, and she's got some real vicious people. Real vicious.
Yeah. I think they thought that I was going to like crawl into a hole. You know what I mean? I thought they were going to break me, and it was like, nah, thank you for giving me a chance to share with my subscribers my story, because it's fucking real. It happened. I can't change it.
But remember, the more upset you get, the more they feed on it. And a lot of people that help Natasha are the people I fought with. So I know what I'm talking about. And they are the first ones to do something and then say, well, we didn't do it. We didn't do it. It wasn't us. Or put lies out there and fucking run with those lies. I'm telling you, just be careful. Natasha is not someone that I don't want to say I wouldn't fight with, because I'll fight with her any day. But her people, she's got some rough ass people. That like Molly's people are bed slugs, like they're harmless. But Natasha's people aren't bed slugs. They'll come after you.
No, they're slugs.
Yeah, they'll come after you full force with nothing.
They're not getting me down. They already played all their cards. I don't care anymore,
Mm-hmm. But I just want to know what the 20K
is. It was a pleasure reading.
Oh, you don't want to see her, Sweet Carolyn. She's ugly.
Oh, she's nasty. She's nasty.
Yeah, she really is.
Nasty woman.
I agree. Where are you headed now?
All right, we're going to go on to the next raid. Thank you for being a good participant and giving us a good laugh.
Have fun.
And I will. Thank you. I'll see you next time.
Bye. I can't believe I can't believe it either, Verika. Like every day he said he watches them. I was like, why? Just why? Yeah, everyone knows I love Granny's watching. She's like Lindsay. They're both like daughters of mine. Is that Natasha's channel even relevant anymore? Well, there is, because we want to know where the 20K is. I had a laugh. That
weird though. Sorry, go ahead.
Someone told me Marissa was live. She didn't even have 200 people in there. I was like, damn.
She probably canceled it fast.
What?
She probably ended it fast.
Oh, I'm sure. She did, actually.
Okay, when did you pull your boobs out?
Who?
You.
Put who boobs out?
When did you pull yo boobs out?
I didn't pull my boobs out. Oh, I just took off my jacket.
I know, looking good.
Thank you.
Looking good.
Why, thank you. Did I entertain you guys enough tonight? Can I get off? I've been on 3 hours.
Yeah.
I didn't get bribed enough for 3 hours. I got bribed for like an hour. Not 3 hours.
Hour and a half was.
Hey, now.
You were in an angry mood.
I was not in an angry mood.
Dude, you were so pissed.
When?
Earlier.
I wasn't. When
Poor
was I
Cotton
mad?
Candle. Poor Cotton Candle.
Oh, because I don't like when people do that. If I'm talking drama...
Wait, that is a new video. That is a new video.
Okay, but if I'm talking drama and I don't care about, like, if it's an open topic, come in and say anything. I'm going through a serious case. I don't want to hear about Candace. Like,
I know.
Could have brought it up after. You know what I mean? There was no reason to bring it up now. Like, I was in the middle of talking. I think they were just doing it
because it was, like, brand new.
And I never saw them before. I had never seen them before. But that thing about Candace in a hotel, that's old.
No, it's not. It's new.
Just because...
It says it was, like, streamed 1 hour ago.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean the actual video was streamed an hour ago.
Does Candace go live often?
She has, yeah. Is it her channel?
Yeah.
What's the link?
I can't put the link.
What?
Let me find it.
Put it in
I was being
private chat.
okay. I'll find it.
Just go to your history, because I know you left to watch it.
Of course I did.
It is new. Yeah, but it doesn't.
No,
it doesn't mean it's her. It could be a clone of her.
It's not. It is her.
But she had this theory a while ago.
Okay, but just watch the video.
I'm not going to say anything until I watch the video.
I put the link.
I don't see it. Oh, there it is. All right. Why is Country Joe on Natasha's panel?
I said that earlier. Yeah, I don't know.
Why?
I don't know. I've been here. I just saw it. Thought it was noteworthy.
Okay, Candace is in a hotel. This is Candace in a hotel.
I know.
All right.
That was the whole video, right?
Hold on.
I just
Oh, I think
just
I
answered a few questions on here. You know, you can love somebody and not be in love with somebody all at the same time.
Hey, Laura, back it up. I sent it to
To a
you.
lot of people.
Wrong.
Oh, okay.
It's like 5-minute total video.
Hi, everyone. I'm trying to get my friend to come up here so we can just talk just for
Okay,
some
behind
time.
your head, there's
I
like
don't know how this all
a
works.
person laying there. Can you see that? Well, it's like right behind where you are, literally on the screen.
But I'm going to try to figure it out. Just bear with me.
That's her daughter's friend. The one that was on the tree swing or whatever. That's who that is.
This was tonight.
I know, but
She's
this
doing this?
girl is her daughter, her friend's daughter. She was once on the swing. And I said, who's that blonde? It was her friend's daughter. That's who that
seen
is.
this video?
Yeah.
When?
No. Listen to me. Her friend has a daughter that's a blonde, that's a little older than Summer. That's who this girl is. I recognize her. That's who that girl is. That's what I'm saying. I'm telling you who this little girl is. It's her friend's daughter.
Oh, I don't know who that is. I was just showing you the video.
I know, but I'm telling you that's who that is.
Yeah, I don't think that's Summer. I was just showing you the video.
Okay, maybe I can't figure it out. Hello, everyone. Hope everyone's having a great evening. I hope everyone has a great night tonight.
I do my job. When I find gold, boy, it gets real cool excited, man. Nice stream. Stretching out of there, man. The gold's not small, it's big. It's just chunks. Yeah. It's gonna get even bigger.
Oh, boy.
Gold that couldn't make it out of there is gonna be huge.
Get this working. I'm trying to get her to be able to come up here, and I can't get it to work.
Also hit this.
I don't know what. It's something new. I've never did this before, so I just figure I'd try it out. It's kind of cool, though. bring anybody up, so. Won't be able to catch up. Yeah, of course. Love to have her as a moderate. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that, everybody. All I want to happen in my life right now is to bring my sweet daughter Summer back home, safe and sound, and my boys to come back home where they belong. That's what I wish more than life itself. I just answer a few questions on here. You can love somebody and not be in love with somebody all at the same time. And then to a lot of people, I know there's going to be a lot of haters that's going to be hating on me, but it's okay. I can handle it. I miss my daughter Summer with all my heart and soul, and I would, if she could come back safe and alive and sound, I would trade my body, my heart, my soul for her to come back to be. I don't know where she is, and I miss her very much. I miss my boys very much. And I really don't know what else to say tonight, but I hope everybody has a safe and wonderful weekend.
Her body language speaks differently than what's coming out of her mouth. That I can tell you.
And one thing, like, obviously this is like such speculation. I'm not saying anything, but did you notice how right after she said the Summer thing and you could see the kid, right after that, the angle like completely shifts and you can't see the little child anymore?
So what's your point?
I don't have a point. I just said that. I just prefaced that. I don't have a point. It's speculation, but it is kind of weird.
I don't think so. She probably realized that she had her on camera and then turned it. There's nothing really weird about it. She may have noticed that, oh my God, I have her on camera. Or maybe someone in chat said you have her on camera. So she moved the camera. I don't think there's anything weird about it at all. I think she did the right thing. Yeah, she smirks naturally. I agree with that, Sandy. So what was that troll saying? That they think that's Summer? It's the dumbest thing I've heard.
Here. They weren't really a troll. They were saying like, hey, did y'all see this video? There's like a little kid there.
Yeah, I don't, but I remember that face, even though it's hard to see her. I mean, I'm looking on a big screen.
Where's her friend?
A friend might be there, which there's a hotel for 2 people. I mean, 2 beds plus a couch. So she's obviously not there alone. Maybe it's Benny.
There's a little boy on the couch.
Maybe Benny's there. I told you who the little girl was. That little girl is her friend's daughter. She was on the swing, and I was like, who is that girl on the swing? Who is that kid on the swing?
Dude, I literally don't know who that is. I'm just saying this is the video. I don't know.
Oh.
Got the echo?
Sorry. Yeah, we don't know why she's in a hotel. I don't know. Maybe they're working on her house. Maybe there's people working on her house. Maybe she's on the run. Yeah, you remember that, Sandy, right? The kid was on the swing? Robin's daughter? No, I don't think so. I don't think Robin would leave anybody with her daughter with anybody in this craziness.
I didn't know there was a neighbor that had a daughter close in age.
Not a neighbor, a friend.
Oh, okay.
And it was a little blonde girl, a little older than Summer. But that's the first person I thought of when I saw that girl on the couch. That's exactly who it looks like. And as far as wearing a hoodie, someone asked about a hoodie. Sage does that in hotels. She always keeps a hood on. I don't know. Maybe she's afraid of getting lice. But Sage sleeps. I've been at hotels with Sage. She sleeps with a hood on. It's very weird. I told her, I said, why do you have a hood on? She's like, well, I don't know. I just feel better. Okay.
Wait. Didn't we know who it was on the swing?
What?
Didn't people figure out, like, so I don't know why I'm like, that friend, the daughter, like, people know who that is, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of people know who it is. Because she was on Summer Swing. With a nice looking mother, kids like hoods. I'm late, but when did Candace make a channel? I guess it's brand new. If it's really Candace, who knows? I know it's her video. It doesn't mean it could have been recorded a long time ago. And it could be a troll account. Who knows? That it was a boy. It could be. It's hard to tell. Oh, wait. It's not an old video because she said that she wants him home. Could be a boy, girl. Who knows? I don't know. CJ and NC are making peace.
Yeah, I was actually trying to figure out what the hell was going on.
They made peace because they're out of content. That's why they made peace.
Is that what they said?
No, I'm telling you. I've been here before. They're completely out of content. Natasha's not doing anything to talk about.
That roast, I mean, I didn't say roast, but like whatever the Granny's, whenever she was torching people the other night, that was like, she was going off.
Was she?
Yeah. Like, I think, has anyone in the chat seen it?
She's a fucking idiot.
Did she delete that shit?
I don't know. I'm reading Candace's comments.
I can't believe Country Joe's on there, to be honest. Oh no, it's still there.
I think Natasha's a fucking moron.
She's a moron, but
With
sure.
20K. And that's the thing. All these people that want to make peace with her, Country Joe. Didn't she just dox the fuck out of Granny's family? Like, it's flip-flopping.
Yeah, she did.
I don't know. I can't stand Natasha. She's just disgusting. And anyone that wants to kiss her ass, yeah, it shows who you are. So that's just my opinion. All right. I am getting off, though. Because I've been on way too long. Oh. The Truth made a video?
Hmm?
Oh, it's
I'll give it.
Whoa.
I'll give it.
Did you see what I sent you?
Hold on. What?
Did you see what I sent you?
No.
Were you playing something?
Where does it start?
Pretty close to the beginning.
People want to see what this chick look like?
Who?
There you go. That's what Natasha looks like. And she thinks she's black with her facial expressions. The one on panel. I mean, the one I have on the camera. I can't look at her.
Still strike her. So, Dorothy, be prepared.
She's got dentures too. I realized that last night. I thought people were joking. Her teeth are fake.
Coming. I did invite her to this panel.
Are you
I did.
playing her face or just audio?
I certainly did.
Audio.
Because she wanted Glenn to come on.
Oh, I heard some of this. I was listening to some of this. What's a hoodie? I said a hoodie. Not all Kikis are adorable. Believe me. But yeah, I'll watch it after. I don't want to. I don't want to deal with Natasha. I don't like looking at her. I don't, especially on a 49-inch monitor. No thanks. She ugly enough on my cell phone. Oh, they're absolutely fake. I noticed it yesterday when I watched some of this. Hold on, I'll show you. Trying to find the right part. Yeah, it's hard to tell. If you look at her teeth close up, they have no ridges in them. They go completely straight across. The only time that happens is if they're fake. But I can't get a close. I don't want to watch the whole thing to find the right shot. But yeah, they're fake. 100% fake. So, all right. Oh, I'm out. Because I'm tired. And I got nothing accomplished tonight. So, there's that. What did I say? I said hoodie. Yeah, she even puts her fingers in her mouth at one point. I will never not have that and huge bloomers out of my head. Yeah, she's gross. So, all right, I'm out. I got to finish doing some stuff. Lindsay, I love you and thank you for coming up and keeping me company. Did she leave me already? Oh my God, she left me already. I didn't even know she left, bitch. All right, I will see you guys tomorrow. I hope you all have a wonderful night. It's almost midnight, and I think I'm going to go to bed early and get a lot of shit done. I was looking at something, sorry. So, all right, I will see you guys later. Thank you guys you guys really need to thank Lindsay and Kiki and Texas Girl for me even going live. So I will see you guys later. Have a Patreon. I'll see you guys in a little while. Everyone else, have a wonderful night. Peace out. And if you like me,